So I've been doing stand-up for 18 years, and here's the thing is that you never know where you're going to perform at. Now, one of the places I perform at a lot right now is on cruise lines. So I actually work 3 different cruise lines. Has anybody here ever been on a cruise line before, just on vacation? You guys have? Okay, quite a few. Very nice. Sir, in the very nice green polo or gray polo, what is your name, sir?
Philip.
Philip. Good energy. I like it. Do you remember the cruise line you were on?
Yes. Carnival.
Carnival. All right. That's it. Party ship. All right, I dig that. So here's the thing is that I've become notorious for being kind of a bully on the ships toward parents who bring their kids on their vacations. Like, I'm a huge jerk about it because I think you're doing nothing but wasting your money when you go on a vacation with your children. Does anybody here look at your kids and be like, I wish we did not bring you? It's okay to laugh. Oh, country's laughing. All right, now we're in the mix. All right, good. It's the truth. You parents, listen, as a parent, you love your children, but at the same time, you hate them also. Like, you don't want to deal with them. So here's one of the situations that really did it for me. I was doing a welcome aboard show, and I was goofing off with everybody just like this, right? I'll ask your name, I'll see how you're doing, the whole 9 yards, so we all get adjusted to each other. I see a mom and a dad and their one son. Their son is young. He's probably like 11 years old on this huge cruise ship. And as I'm goofing off with the parents, they're laughing. They're having a fantastic time, and I see that the son is not. He's just sitting there, just... So I see this face, and immediately I want to attack him, right? So I'm like, oh... I was like, oh, what's your name, buddy? He was like, oh, don't talk to me. He said this at the top of his voice in the theater during a show. And I was like, oh, bro, if I catch you in an elevator, it's over, right? So I end up finding out that his name is Justin. His parents yelled it out because they were embarrassed. So finally, I was like, you know what? He seems really stressed out from paying for the cruise, so I'm gonna leave him alone. So the very next day, we end up in Costa Maya, Mexico, right? We pull up, and for those of you who don't know it, they put out a little bridge for you to get off the ship onto dry land. So as I'm following everybody in this line, just by chance I end up behind this same couple and their son. And their son is being a total bully at that moment. And all he's doing is complaining and complaining. He's just like, oh, this is so dumb. I don't want to be here. The Wi-Fi's not working. Why is there so much water? I'm like... So the one thing that did it for me is that all of a sudden he goes, I told you I want to be here. I hate you guys. And he runs off. Now that bothered me. So I walked over to the parents when I got off the ship and I was like, hey guys, are you okay? And they recognized me from the show. They're like, oh, Vince, the comedian, right? I was like, yeah, are you guys all right? And the mom's like, you know what? No, we're not all right. We saved a lot of money to be on this cruise as a family, and our son is being a jerk and a bully. He doesn't appreciate it, and we just don't know what to do. So I was like, you should let me help. They're like, what do you want to do? I was like, does it matter? They're like, no, let's go, whatever you want to do. So I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. I was like, Justin ran in that opposite direction, correct? They're like, yes. I was like, do you guys see that bar going that way, away from him? They're like, yeah. I was like, you go there, put yourself in a position where you can see us, but we cannot see you. They're totally amped up. They're like, oh, we can't wait. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, break. They're already all smiles. They go into the bar, and Justin is still running around in a circle yelling about his parents. And the thing is that he's very confident because he still thinks he can see his parents. That confidence is gone once you don't realize that your parents are missing in action, right? Because he's still running around, I don't want to be here. I hate it here. Doesn't see his parents, the energy changes. Then he starts to call out to his parents like he's a hurt baby seal. He's like, Dad. I see a single teardrop form and start to fall down his cheek. And I was like, oh, perfect. His spirit is broken. I'm going to go in for the kill, right? So I swoop in, right? I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm like, oh, Justin, are you okay, buddy? He's like, I told my parents I want to be here. I hate them. I was like, oh, man. Did they not tell you what happened? He's like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, do you see that other cruise ship that's pulling away? I point at another cruise ship that is pulling away, and just by chance, there's a random couple waving goodbye to the crowd. He thinks it's his parents. He's like, oh my, no! He falls on the floor crying hysterically. His parents come out of the bar laughing hysterically. $60 cash, 2 shots of tequila. It was the best morning I've ever had. So, that's what I'm saying. Great times. Has anybody here ever gone for a professional massage? Professional. Being very specific. Okay, quite a few. What is your name, sir?
Zach.
Zach, nice to meet you. Zach, do you remember what kind of massage you received?
Just a sports massage.
Sports massage? Was it like a deep tissue, maybe? Okay, yeah, sports massage. I was like, that sounds illegal. So, yeah. You said it was a good workout? You're gonna get me fired. So here's the thing, is that working on the cruise ships, once again, is that you're working with other clients and other customers that are international all across the board. So there was a point where I decided I wanted to go for a massage. But there's only certain days while you're working on a ship that you can go for a massage. So I go up and I schedule myself for one, and I'm amped up. Because when I go up there, there's beautiful women of all different nationalities working the front desk. There's South African, there's Indian, there's Filipina. So I set myself up for a back massage, so like come back at 2 o'clock. I go back at 2 o'clock excited because I'm under the assumption that one of these ladies is gonna be the massager. Indian lady walks out. I was like, ma'am, are you here for the back massage? She's like, no, the next one. Little Filipina lady walks out. I was like, ma'am, are you here for the backy, rubby? She's like, no. The next one. Then all of a sudden, this 6'4" Serbian guy walks out. Named Vlad. And Vlad has paperwork in his hands. And he's like, I am looking for wins. I was like, I'm Jose. I don't know. No matter who you are or where you're from, every once in a while you run into somebody having a bad day. It's just bound to happen, right? Zach, just one more time. What do you do for a living, brother?
Sell software.
Sell software? Hardware or software?
Software.
It's just software. Okay. If somebody's having a bad day and they're giving you their bad day attitude, how would you describe them? Be mindful. This is a clean show.
Upset, frustrated.
Okay, good. That was a struggle right there. Good thing you're into software, because the hardware is not going. They were sorted out. They're like, I can't compute. So here's the thing, is that I was actually, I was in New York. I had a run of 6 shows in 3 days. Had a fantastic time, but it's time for me to go home. So on my way to the airport, more specifically, LaGuardia Airport. As I am walking into the airport, there's an announcement over the PA system. And it goes, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bad storm coming to our direction. But if you get off the plane very quickly and very organized, we can take off on time and get you home. Which is what you want to hear when you're ready to go home. But as we all know, when you're getting onto a plane, there's always one goofball jamming something unnecessary into the overhead, right? Stolen money, I assume, probably from the software. I had one such gentleman on my flight, and because of him, ended up having a 3-hour delay on top of a 3.5-hour flight. And if you don't know this, once you load onto a plane, you can't unload. You have to stay in the plane the entire time. So 2 hours into the delay, I need to use his restroom. And the flight attendant on my flight was having a bad day and decided that I was the grand prize winner of her miserable attitude. Because the moment I stood up, she was very rude and a little racist. I don't know how she guessed that I was Puerto Rican. I'm not sure if it was the flag tattooed on my forearm or my well-done eyebrows. But I don't like the extra laughs for the eyebrows, people. It's supposed to be 2. How dare you? So the moment I stood up, this lady jumped all over me. The moment I got up, she was like, sir, senor, amigo, Juan, Jose, Jesus, anything that starts with a J. It doesn't matter, sir. Can you see me, sir? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Do you see this little seatbelt sign up here? The little click it or ticket, the little boom? Can you hear it? Boom. I know your people know that sound. Yo quiero Taco Bell? Boom, sit down. Now, I've never been spoken to so ignorantly before, but she was so mean and rude to me, I felt it's only proper to be mean and rude to her in return. And I wanted to ruin her day the exact same way she just ruined mine. But the only thing I could think of to do, because I'm a psycho, was to stare at this woman in her face. And with as much seriousness as possible, just go, the entire plane was like, I started getting other people involved. I was like, give me winding down. Nothing winding down, man. She was mortified. She's like, oh my, I'm gonna get fired. And I was like, yeah, you want. You guys are all going to hell with me. I love it.